shares of Infinity Pharmaceuticals plunged nearly 40% today. Investors dumping that stock despite encouraging data from the biotech company's drug to treat leukemia. And joining us now to discuss the company is Adelene Perkins, CEO of Infinity Pharmaceuticals. Ms. Perkins, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Tyler. It's nice to be here.
We'll talk a little bit about your advances in the fight against cancer in just a moment, but the big thing in the room right now is a major drop in your company's shares today, 40% today alone. This was a $50 stock as recently as the 1st of April. It's now at $16. What's going wrong?
Well, of course, Tyler, one of our important goals is to create value for shareholders, and we believe that the best way to do that is by developing medicines that will really make a meaningful difference for patients. And we do believe we have one of those medicines with the drug that we presented on at ASCO in the last 2 days. We're very encouraged by the results, and we believe the right thing for us to do is to focus on advancing the development of that medicine so that we can get it to patients, and not to focus our efforts on the short-term market fluctuations, but really to focus on realizing the promise of this drug.
Well, we do want to hear about the promise of that new drug, but why is it that investors are not buying into that?
Well, I'll tell you the data that we presented the last 2 days that we're very encouraged by is that the medicine is well tolerated in 2 different blood cancers, and that over the majority of the patients that have been treated have responded, and importantly, that they have responded within 2 months. And so I can't speak to the investor decision, but we're really encouraged by this. We're looking forward to having a meeting this evening with investors, at which we have over 120 investors and analysts who have come, and we're really looking forward to the opportunity to explain why we're so encouraged by these early results, and to talk about a trial, the next evaluation of the medicine in a disease, a blood cancer called indolent non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, that we're moving from the first phase, which to show that the drug is well tolerated, to the second phase to show the robustness of the activity. And so we'll be having those discussions with our investors this evening.
I want to talk about when these drugs might come to market. As I understand it, you have at this point no commercially available product in the cancer field. You do have some revenues which have been a little bit lumpy, frankly, over the past 4 or 5 years. When, under the best case scenario, would you be able to take this promising product, bring it to market, and turn what have been rather significant and expanding net losses into profits?
So we are just transitioning from the first phase of drug development, which is what we have completed and we're presenting on, where your objective is to show that your medicine is well tolerated. And then you move into the mid-stage of drug development, which is to show that your drug is active in a broader group of patients. And that's what we have announced today. That requires a very considerable investment, and we're very fortunate that we are very well capitalized. We finished the first quarter of this year with over $300 million, and that gives us the capital that we need to take our medicine through the next stages of development on the path to ultimately gaining regulatory approval so that we can make it more broadly available to patients around the globe.
Adelene Perkins of Infinity Pharmaceuticals, thanks very much for being with us tonight.